Let me quit. Let me finish these notes and I'm going to close. Oh, that today the magnitude of this revelation might be conceived within us, and that it might bring to birth after his own kind of prepared body which would do his will, and thereby cause that all honor and glory be finally brought and laid before him, for which this body was prepared. The greatest mystery of all. That God now inhabits mankind. That's the mystery. Ain't that something? A body prepared for him. That's what it's all about. He paid the ultimate sacrifice just for an earnest, a down payment. And then he's going to clean them up, do an internal work on the inside of them, get their minds set on affections above, so we can co-labor with them and become what? A tool in the earth to extend that which is invisible into the visible realm.
Yes, amen.
That's our goal. It's for him to download things from the Spirit, understanding, wisdom, knowledge, gifts, fruits, all that, just like the storehouse. It said, that's why he said, in my Father's house, there's many mansions, many places.
Yes.
So we can be transformed in our presentation. That's what we're here for, as a presentation of God's grace to humanity. So that's what we live for. That's what we should live for. And if we don't live with that attitude, then we mock God. Men are mocking God because of the lack of representation. Men, look, most people love God. He just got a problem with his people. We've been a poor representation of who God is. And it's time for us to get compliant. It's time for us to understand the mystery. What started, what was initiated as a mystery and confirmed through the resurrection of Jesus Christ is, even though those two things happened, it happened for me without me, but for the verification purposes and for it to be authenticated, is for a people in the earth that says, I myself no longer live, but Christ lives in me. I don't have any other agenda but being about my Father's business. I thank God for the fringe benefits and the byproducts and the different stuff, that the amenities of life, and the stuff he allows you to enjoy. But they weren't intended to be snares. They weren't intended to be snares and weights. So we so worried about keeping we fight to keep our marriage together. We fight to keep a job. We fighting, come on now, y'all know I'm telling the truth. We fighting for stuff that should be our focus.
Right, come on. That's right.
I don't care. Get mad at me. I'm telling you the truth. You're just distracted. You don't even know it. We fight to keep stuff that we want stuff that God don't want.
This is true.
We're trying to breathe into it. Your breath ain't gonna do it.
You're right.
And it's just gonna drain everything out of you, so that you can't worship God the right way.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. I told you a long time ago, everything in your life is about authority.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Everything that's in your life is about authority. Think about it. Everything. But the highest goal is worship. And when we're fixated on our plight and our situation, and you trying to make things right, that's worship. You ascribing worth to that situation. That's what it's worship. I love my wife. My wife, let me tell you something. God is greater than my wife. had God before I met her. And I'm going to have God with or without her.
All right.
Just like this church. I had God before I met y'all. And I'm going to have God with or without you.
That's right.
Can you imagine a person living from that dimension? Do you know that the enemy can't form anything against you? When you drew the line in the sand saying, you know what, I'm standing for God. You can come in my house, you can do what I'm not saying put your guards down. I'm not saying that you start speaking crazy stuff. What I'm telling you, it's a demeanor. You say, you know what? In spite of everything around me, you can hit this, you can hit that, you can stir this, you can stir that. But you know what? I'm not going to be distracted. I've chosen that part that can't be taken from me. I'm going to stand on my guard. I'm going to stand in my position. My hands going to be lifted up. My voice and my, going to be to the Lord. You can't know that if you know him as Savior. You can't know that stuff. See, that's a whole nother dimension. That's lordship. Well, I told you, most folks can't cross over that bridge. Can't make that transition. Well, we want him as Savior. See, when you get him as Savior, you make him do what you want. But when he becomes Lord, you do what he wants. Yeah, I'm everywhere. We got to get to that point, saints. That's the Christmas message, huh? You mean I can be into something, belong to something, and God might want more from me? Doggone Skippy. Doggone Skippy. Tell your neighbor, doggone Skippy. I don't even know this word is mine. I'm here to tell you, saints. I'm here to tell you on this morning. That's why the first century church was so powerful. That's why the world was turned upside down. Church, 21st century, the world had turned us upside down. And things have crept in. It turned the grace of God to lasciviousness. And we don't have no dexterity. We can't be stretched. The Holy Spirit can't stretch us. That's why we don't have enough faith to do anything, because we ain't stretched. God wants to stretch us. Can you lift your hands in the fire? Can you fall on your face in a fight? Can you turn your heart towards God when nobody else want to go? If they say they don't want to go, talking about them husbands and wives. They say they ain't going today. What you going to stay at home too? No. No. It's a cute little colloquial thought. It's written. It's biblical. It's for me and my house. We'll serve the Lord. But before it was me and my house, it was me and myself and I. Come on now. We'll serve the Lord. Because they can't stand with you before him at the end.
Yes. Come on.
You are a byproduct. You are something that the Lord has allowed me to enjoy in the earth realm. But I'm not going to treat you and make you an idol. Yeah, I'm not going to bow down to you. No! Be at a job. It could be anything. I'm telling you, God, we're in such a season of sifting. The Holy Spirit had me always say, don't turn the TV on when you first get up. That's my wife. And I turn the ESPN as soon as I get up. That's what I like. Y'all got your own thing, I got my own thing. But the Holy Spirit told me, don't do it. He said, I want your first part. And it felt so good.
Yes.
Y'all know him like that? Y'all know him like that? If he'll deal with you and he follow through? Because he have people say, God told me. God told me. And go the other direction. He ain't told you. That was something in you. I don't know, you might have ate something. Because when he speaks, you follow. When the voice of the Holy Spirit speaks, you don't need a lot of commotion and clarification. You just follow.
Come on.
But we don't get in a place where we're so overcrowded in our mind. And we have a conflict of interest because we have so much tugging at our hearts. And when the greatest mystery of all, he wants to get us on his page. He wants us to begin to co-labor with him and be about his business and not be distracted by all the frivolous stuff that, by the way, is only temporal.
Yeah.
The things that are seen are temporal. The things that are not seen are eternal. So when Father speaks to me, that's an eternal investment. I like investment. I'm doing a little bit of something there. But you know what? I found out that I'm going to make sure I invest in heaven. So I'm not saying that I'm not doing anything earthly. But I'm just saying that I got a new value system. And you'll find out when all of a sudden when you start investing in what's God and start putting your mind on what's God, your whole tendencies and the frailties and weaknesses and the divisions and the conflict will cease. You begin to stand up and say, peace be still. Mm-hmm. But most of us haven't got to that place and understood that the greatest mystery of all, that he's invited us into the mystery of the ages. Yeah. You didn't get saved to be safe.
Come on.
You didn't get saved to hide out.
Amen.
You didn't get saved so you can see what you can get.
Amen.
You got saved to see what you can get.
Yeah. Come on. Come on.
You got saved so that you can offer your life to him without any restraints or restrictions. I know that scares you. But it's love, y'all. That's why he said you can give up certain things in this age and get it at 100-fold.
Yes.
You'll never know what he's going to give you until you give up what he don't want. Most of us don't know what's on the other side of door number 1. Because we haven't made a decision for him. He will speak to, 2018, he's going to be speaking, trust me. 2018, he's speaking now. Let's don't get it twisted because I don't get into all the buzzwords and the, cliches. But look, his voice is going to be so amplified. Don't be shocked that those that are around you don't hear it. And they might have to interpret it for you.